Dr. Ricci from the Bulls Garden, and today I'm going to be telling you the top 10 worst things that beginner gardeners do. Now, this list isn't really in any particular order, it's just kind of my opinion. So let's hop right in. Number 10, not growing the right plants in an area. Now, this is very bad because, for example, if I have a certain plant that needs certain needs in an area, you can't really just plant it anywhere because it's not going to have the right materials or the right nutrients that absorb from the ground to actually grow into its full potential. Now, going on to the next one, at number 9, we have not knowing what you want to do with your garden. Now, this is a major problem that many people have because they think they're just going to go in and plant a lot of stuff. Then they end up getting demotivated and bored when they realize that it's not working out for them because they didn't have a plan in advance. And at number 8, we have treating all your plants the same. As I said earlier at number 10, all your plants have different needs and requirements. Some plants can grow in the same areas, while some plants can grow in completely different conditions. So you can't just plant all your plants the same. At number 7, we have not preparing the soil properly. Now, a lot of mistakes that beginner gardeners do is that they just go in and they just kind of do the normal requirements. Plant, water, and have it sunlight. Now, that's not going to work for every plant because, first of all, the soil can be too moist or too dry, and your plant won't be able to grow. So you need to be able to prepare your soil for the plant in advance so that when it gets there, then it can grow to its full potential. At number 5, we have not knowing the difference between grass and weeds. Now, this is a very, very bad problem because weeds can wipe out your entire garden because they'll suck up all the nutrients from the ground. Therefore, your actual plants that you're trying to grow won't have any nutrients in the ground. Therefore, they'll end up dying out because the ground will be too dry. So you need to know the difference between those weeds so you can snatch them out of the ground as soon as you see them. At number 4, we have not researching the plant's needs. Now, as I said earlier, all your plants have different needs, and you need to know their needs in advance. Because if you have your plant and you've already planted it somewhere, transplanting with younger plants is actually very difficult to do, and it can end up killing the plant entirely. So make sure you know what you're doing and what your plan is before you get the plant. Number 3 is overwatering your plants. Now, a lot of beginner gardeners do this because they believe that they need to water their plants until the water rises out the soil. And that's not really needed because if you overwater your plants, it'll flood the plant. Therefore, it won't be able to actually dig its roots into the ground because it's just water at that point. And as I said, plants need soil. So if you overwater your plant, it will be flooding them. Therefore, you could end up killing your plant in that way. And number 2, we have leaving your plants prone to bugs. Now, this is very bad because a lot of people don't know what materials or things to use to make sure that their plants aren't prone to bugs. And I can tell you, bugs are really bad because they can start eating your plants, and then they can breed and multiply, and then now they're taking over your entire garden. So make sure that they're not prone to bugs or invasions. And now this is the worst thing that beginner gardeners do. At number 1, we have giving up on their gardens. Now, we all know that plants, they take a long time to grow. Sometimes some plants, like for example apple trees, they take 10 whole years just to grow. And some plants can even take years just to even start blooming their flowers. It takes a long time for a plant to grow. And because of this, gardeners don't want to put in all the work, and they end up just giving up way too early. And it ends up making their garden suffer because they just give up on them. So that's the worst thing to do for your garden. Now, if you think I've left out anything that you think that beginners do wrong, how about you tell me in the comments section below. But anyway, peace and love from the Bulls Garden.
Awesome. That's from a kid's perspective of gardening for beginner gardeners. And as you see this young man here, this intelligent young man here, breaking it down for you, that, even seasoned gardeners sometimes slip. So anyway, that's from a kid's perspective. And again, you all take care. Much love from the Bull's Garden with Dr. Ricci and the Bull.
Peace.